Thanks for joining us here on CBS News Texas. I'm meteorologist Erin Moran, meteorologist Jeff Ray. Behind the radar, keeping an eye on things, we did want to let you know that we have a severe thunderstorm warning. There have been some cells in central Texas that have been moving to the northeast and now getting into some of our counties a little farther to the south of I-20. So Hood County and Somervell County, severe thunderstorm warning until 8:30. Erath County as well. The time on the radar is 8:14. I will say these storms are moving into a less favorable environment, so they have been weakening some. However, up to $half size hail possible. That's what the National Weather Service warned these storms for. At least first alert radar right now suggesting ping pong ball size hail with this storm just over Somervell County right now, but a little farther to the south, tennis ball size hail with this hail core that's just kind of moving over the Hyco area, moving a little farther to the northeast of Hyco right now. So these storms, $half size hail was the warning, but at least with first alert radar estimate up to tennis ball size hail, and these storms are moving fast to the northeast at around 45 miles an hour. So Jeff put the track on this first storm that's just kind of moving over Glen Rose right now, but if it continues on this track, we're looking at Nemo at 8:24, Georges Creek at 8:26. If it still continues to the northeast at this speed and with this intensity, 8:28 for Pecan Plantation, and then Fall Creek at 8:32. So you get this first storm to move over Glen Rose, it's over you right now, but this secondary storm moving at almost the exact same track. So right now, Glen Rose experiencing heavy rain, lightning, and the possibility of ping pong ball size hail. And then you've got another storm that's going to move right over you at 8:42. So we may see this warning extended a little bit. However, this storm may eat up a lot of energy. So as this storm moves to the northeast, it may weaken some. Now, looking a little farther out to the west, you've got a couple of storms over towards Stephenville. You've got this one storm. So this is why we mentioned that these storms are moving into a less favorable environment. We had a severe thunderstorm warning in Bosque County. The storm actually started in Hamilton County. That's where the warning began, moved into Bosque County, moved into Hill County. Look at how it weakened getting to the Hill-Johnson County line. The cap is strong over North Texas. This is why earlier this evening we were saying this doesn't really seem to be a threat. So as we continue to see these storms that are tracking to the northeast at about 45 miles an hour, as they continue moving to the northeast, we're expecting them to weaken. But for now, there is a hail threat over Glen Rose, over Hyco, and then continuing to move to the northeast as well. So we've got this severe thunderstorm warning. It goes through 8:30. The time on the radar is 8:17. We're tracking the threat for hail. Also keep in mind 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts potentially with this storm. So the winds are no joke, but that hail threat is pretty significant, especially for that storm that's just moving out of Hyco right now. You've got the heavy rain, the lightning, the wind, the hail, all of the elements for a whopper of a severe thunderstorm right now. Even walnut-sized hail reported in Walnut Springs, Texas. Yeah. That's where that's where some very large hail was reported, and you can see that hail core was very significant just over Hamilton in Hamilton County, and then that storm tracked to the northeast, eventually weakening as it got a little bit closer.
Yeah, look at that earlier, Erin, 3 inches.
3-inch size hail. So there's very obviously a lot of instability that these storms are tapping into just to the south and west of us in the Metroplex. But as the storms continue to track to the northeast, they're weakening some. So Glen Rose right now, you're kind of in the thick of it. And you've got another storm that's going to move in. We'll watch this storm closely because, again, you've got a lot of storm activity right now. That's going to eat up a lot of the instability. So we may see this storm weakening a little bit faster as it moves out of Hyco and eventually approaching Glen Rose. Jeff, you want to put a track on this storm one more time because this is a storm that was potentially producing tennis ball size hail. So as we get this track out, again, moving at around 45 miles an hour. We're talking about Glen Rose at 8:42, but ahead of that, Seven Knobs at 8:39, Glass at 8:35, Chalk Mountain at 8:29, and I hope I'm saying that right, but 8:21. And again, the time is 8:18. So you've only got a couple of minutes. You want to move away from windows. Kind of just go to the most interior room of your home. That's going to be the best bet for you. It looks like that hail core may be weakening some, but still egg-size hail is very, very large hail. So we're watching these storms. Severe thunderstorm warning. It goes for the next 11 minutes or so. We may see that severe thunderstorm warning extended, but the environment is less favorable for severe weather the farther north and east you go. So at the moment, you can see that severe thunderstorm that was in Bosque County moved into Hill County and weakened some. We're expecting weakening to continue as the storm continues to track to the north and east. So we've got about 40 miles to go for the storm to get just outside of Fort Worth right now. And a lot of weakening is expected with this storm as it eventually begins to move into Johnson County. We're already starting to see that right now. So we're going to continue to monitor this for you in the First Alert Weather Center. We'll be back up here on our streaming service if need be. For now, we'll send you back.